Hello. So I want to do a video. I feel like I haven't done a video for ages, so I'm a little bit rusty and I'm looking at myself in the camera angle and feeling completely bedraggled. I'm actually can't wait for the hairdressers to open, not too long now, and it's a beautiful sunny day, but I actually got drowned walking the dog earlier, so in fact I look really fluffy and a bit messy, so apologies for that. Let's look beyond the visuals and talk about the message that I want to talk about. So there's a few things I want to talk about. Firstly, this new moon in Pisces. And as we know, new moons are always about new beginnings. They're fantastic for starting things, for basically thinking about what is it that we want to create more of in our life. And as we know, when we look up at the sky, there's no moon that we can't see. It's very much a dark sky. So it isn't necessarily time for action. It's more of a time for dreaming. Often our energy is much more introverted at this time. And we need to remember that this is a Pisces new moon. And Pisces is a water sign. So it's very emotionally orientated. It's very much connected to our sense of well-being through our feelings, and it's a mutable water sign, so it's very flexible. So often I always find with Pisces is, you know, we may be picking up on other people's emotions. We're much more sensitive to the external surroundings that we're in. So we may find noises a bit more, I don't know, I want to say annoying. I definitely had to turn the radio down when I came down this morning. It just felt like too much. So Pisces is very sensitive to its environment. So we just need to be a bit careful about sort of any drinking or substances that, you know, that we might be taking, because we're going to absorb it much more quickly. So if we have that glass of wine, you may feel it going straight to your head more quickly when we've got the Pisces energy around us. And this new moon is connected to Neptune. Now, Neptune is the sea god, lord of the seas, and actually rules Pisces. So there's a real kind of similarity. But again, it's Neptune likes the mystical world, the collective unconsciousness. So it doesn't do so well in this earth world that we're in, this tangible, must get things done, this is my to-do list. So you may feel that you're just feeling a little bit disconnected. It may be that, you know, vocally your words aren't flowing as well. You may be feeling a little bit fuzzy, woolly-headed. I'm generally seeing with all my clients a sense of just tired, fatigue, exhaustion. And I think that could be coming up for many levels. But Pisces, of all the astrological signs, if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, you really do need to sleep load. That's where you do so much of your healing. It's where you kind of reconnect your homeostasis in many ways. So if you are feeling like you want to sleep, or you just want to stare outside a window, you are just really being part of this Pisces energy, which is all around us. Now, I think the fatigue and the exhaustion, which seems to be around a lot, is very much also connected to the fact that we are sorry, I just got a message ping through and it slightly threw me off kilter. So let me just delete that so that it's not going to come up again. So yes, we need to understand that in the astrology world, we have our new year on March the 20th. So basically, we're still very much connected to the energy of 2020. And I think there's a real tiredness. It was a really massive year, wasn't it, for each and every one of us in some way. So I think it's about, in many ways, if you're feeling tired, it's your body saying, I need to stop, I need to integrate, I need to release, I need to let go of everything that I experienced, and look at what that journey meant for you on many levels. So if you are feeling tired, and if you can listen to it, try to rest as much as you can, because the energy does really shift on March 20th. It's a new year, we move into Aries, it's the first sign of the zodiac, it's a fire sign, there's a lot more oomph around that we can tap into, and that's not long at all. It's only on the 20th of March. So if you can really make the most of this time and have a little bit of a rest, that's great. And finally, I just wanted to mention that I am running a 3-week course called Reconnecting to Your True Self. Now, it's basically an astrology course. It's going to be online, and it's looking at your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So whenever I look at anyone's astrology chart, those are the 3 things that are so important. And I think for many people, when, you know, they want to have a look at their own chart, or perhaps look at their children's or their partner's chart, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, can't it? It's all these different symbols, and where would I start? Well, actually, starting with these 3 points is is the way forward. It can give us so much more insight about your destiny, how to look after your emotional well-being, how your approach is to life, how other people see you. And I think it can also help us understand that, you know, sometimes our sun and our moon sign are in very different elements, so we can have a real conflict between our head and our heart. And I think once we can understand these things, we can really proactively make the best of, you know, these different elements, you know, understand that, you know, we're not going mad, we're not being difficult, we're not going insane. It's actually part of us that, you know, is in conflict, and there's always ways that we can make the most of it, like to kind of utilize these different energies. So basically the course starts in April. I've just got the date here. It's the 14th of April. It's going to be on 3 Wednesdays. It's going to be on Zoom. We start at 7:30 in the evening. It'll be going on till 9, and then there'll be an optional meditation from 9 o'clock onwards, which will be integrating that planetary influence that we're talking about. I'm going to keep the class size really small, so there'll be lots of opportunity for questions, and also you'll be sent your natal chart. So we'll make sure that you have your natal chart to hand, so you can actually understand, you know, when we go through the slides, how that impacts you. So I really want to make it an astrological journey where we kind of come together to learn and grow, and that is £97. So if you want to come, do let me know by sending me an email. All the details are on my newsletter, and we can reserve your place. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, or if there's any thoughts or anything that's happened regarding, you know, the moon in your world, always let me know. I always love hearing your moon stories, and I'm sending you loads of love, whatever you're doing, and hoping that you are enjoying the mystical realms that Pisces offers. It's very watery, so, you know, we may see a lot of tears or emotions or feelings around us, and that's a really positive sign. You know, we should encourage that, especially as a release for letting go of 2020 before we move into a whole new year. Take care. Bye bye.